We are going live. Okay, we're live. Hi, everyone. Whoever is joining the stream today, thank you for joining the stream. I'm Yasmin from Women in Tech Dubai, and I'm also joined by Ming, who is a co-organizer and founder of Women in Tech Dubai. There are also the other amazing panelists from Palestine that we'll be introducing shortly. Just a quick intro. Me and Ming are both co-organizers of Women in Tech, and we're super excited to host this panel featuring Palestinian women and just shining a light on all the amazing work that they do despite the occupation that they're currently living under. And yeah, it's just the inspiring work, and I'm really excited to share this platform with them and hear more about what they do. Ming, do you want to go?
Yes, first of all, I want to thank our panelists for joining our panel today. Since the recent happenings, we've been wanting to hear more of the voices that's inside Palestine and Palestinians outside Palestine as well. So today I had the pleasure to present you our first panelist, Abir. Abir comes from a refugee camp to the classroom of Harvard. She is a young woman who has accomplished an ambitious mission against stereotypes and adversities. She has become a leading businesswoman who uses modern technology to provide jobs to young women and men who live and work in the fragile territories. Thank you, Abir, for joining us.
Thank you also for hosting me. Thank you.
So we would like to first start with your story because your story is very interesting. You came from refugee camp to the classroom of Harvard. That's kind of the two extremes of life experiences. And now you're the CEO of MENA Alliances. Could you please start off by telling us a bit more of what have motivated you to start this journey as an entrepreneur?
Yeah, sure. So actually, the beginning of my life and growing up in refugee camp for 12 years in Jordan, and then finding difficulty when I moved to Gaza, then moved to West Bank to live in a small village in Hebron, where I'm living today. It was like a transfer from one place, difficult place like a refugee camp, to another difficult place where there is like occupation, and where there is like a lot of checkpoints every day. There is no safety. There is incursion all the time. There is really very hard condition, and in addition to that, there was like a lot of conservative areas here. I'm living in very conservative areas, so that's also add a lot of difficulties to for me as a woman, as an entrepreneur, as a young person as well. So I noticed that that there is a very talented people and especially women in my area. They are very talented. They are working in the tech. They studied with me computer system engineering, but after we graduated, we couldn't find work. And the main things that we couldn't find work because of many things, for many reasons. The first one, that there is occupation here, so that's limit our economy. So it's make the Palestinian economy very limited and very small, like a market. The second thing, that there is checkpoints between cities. So, for example, if I want to go for Ramallah, where there is the main city, where there are a lot of job opportunities there for more people to work, I have challenges, to go and travel to Ramallah, because there is checkpoints, and my family get very protective. They don't want me to go there because it's not safe. And that's make my family very protective, so that's limit me. And I stayed unemployed for 2 years. despite that I was on the honor list, but I couldn't find work. And when I applied for many jobs as well, there was very, also obstacles for me as a woman to join the tech industry. They don't trust women sometimes. They don't trust that we have abilities to do the work. So for example, when I get the first job after 2 years of unemployment, I have a job to be like a network instructor in the university. No one accepted to attend my class because I'm a woman. So, but it was like the first opportunity for me after 2 years of unemployment. So all these things that happened with me during my life, the lack of resources, the lack of opportunities, I work very hard as a woman. I really did all things that I can do to improve my skills, getting certification, but I find difficulty to find good opportunity for me. No one, I find because of political side and also because of social restrictions. So that's motivate me to start something new. It's about, connecting talented people, especially women, with opportunities remotely. So that because there is no occupation online, there is no checkpoints online. So we can just, reach out to the world in a freely way. And there is no cultural barriers online. So that's what motivated me to start my my business. It's something touch my heart, touch my life. It's something that I really experienced. So that's why I feel that I'm so passionate about connecting talented people with opportunities, because I know what it's mean to be, very motivated, very excellent in your skill, and you have a skills, very talented, and you can't find opportunities. That's something that that will kill you as a ambitious person or as an ambitious woman. So that's why I started MENA Alliances.
That's a very inspiring story. You basically started off from the personal struggle and challenges, and you found your own path, and you are happy to kind of provide this type of path to the other people that need help from you. So thank you for sharing this story. Our next question to you is about diversity in the workplace. So when we talk about diversity in the workplace, a good place to start is the hiring process. Have you seen any pushbacks from companies in the region when it comes to hiring female applicants?
So I will start with my company. So first of all, I'm very proud of MENA Alliances, and I'm very proud that most of my team are female. And when they are asking me why that's happening, I say it all the time. I say, usually because they are very good, not because of they are female, but because they are very good. So when you give women opportunities, and when you give them the environment, the flexible environment that they can innovate within it, so it will be perfect. So I still find there is difficulties. For women to be engaged in the tech industry. It's usually it's not. We still face these challenges, but I don't think that it's just for women in the MENA region. That's that's like something it's on the world level. But I think now there is more awareness about about the importance of the diversity, and how the diversity could unleash the the creativity, and also bringing more perspectives from different sides. So usually we mention the diversity as a one key things when we trying to hire our talented people, not just women, but also hiring people from developing countries, like, for example, Palestine, Egypt, or Jordan, and engage them with teams from Germany or from, for example, United States. So those people will bring different perspective, different ideas to the table. So in this way, we can, enrich the innovation inside this company and bringing new solutions.
Thank you for sharing insight, Abir. It's really refreshing to hear your perspective because you are the CEO of MENA Alliances. And I think COVID has actually accelerated the process of remote working and remote collaboration. And such acceleration will provide people in developed countries a lot more opportunities to, help each other and learn from each other. So our next question is also about female empowerment. We often hear that women speak about feeling dismissed or not heard in the workplace. Can you tell us how this has impacted your ability to develop and grow? How did you, looking back at your journey, how did you handle these type of situations when you feel like you are not being heard?
Yeah. Actually, I faced this situation many times during, especially when I was young, and now I was just speaking about that for Yasmin. So usually when we talk about, because I'm working in tech industry, so usually when you speak as a woman, they don't take you seriously. So usually they don't listen to you, or for example, I will give you example. So I have a meeting with CTO of IT companies. So usually when we have a meeting, they always ask me, Abir, can you take note for us? So that's something that make me very sensitive about that. So I'm very sensitive about this thing. So I said, no. Yeah, you can ask someone else to take notes. So the other thing, for example, also when sometimes they excluded you from some opportunities. So so yesterday, for example, I discovered that there is some, there is like there was like exclusion for me from one opportunity to hire people with a client from Netherlands. They don't share the opportunity with me. So I just discovered that, so, but this is something happened a lot of time. But I think for women, how I handle that, usually I work very hard on prove myself. Unfortunately, you should all the time prove yourself. That's you take from you effort. So the knowledge is a really weapon. Like it's a very, very strong and powerful things to have. So always I educate myself all the time. So to be up to date with what the market, what is the industry up to date, So that's one thing. So if I entered any conversation, I'm aware about all aspects of this conversation. So I have knowledge. So I always feel the knowledge is a key. The second thing is about your confidence. So I always believe that we as a woman, we are super strong. We have a really strong skills, but usually we doubt our abilities. Usually we say, oh, I'm not very good. I noticed that, by the way, in a lot of interviews that I did with female. So they are super, super, powerful, and they have a great skills. But usually when you ask them how you evaluate your skills, they said, it's not like I give myself 7. But when you ask, for example, a guy or male, he will say, I will give myself 10. So it's totally different. So I always say it's more about your confidence in yourself. So if you believe in yourself and you have this confidence, no one can just exclude you from the conversation. So you will be strong enough to say or to speak up, and also to tell your point of view. So I always saying that the first step for women to be empowered is to believe in yourself. That's the main obstacles that women have. If you believe in yourself, there is no challenges will stay in front of you. Each challenge have a solution. Each challenge, even the war, even the conflict, okay, you will find solution. But the main challenge, if you can't overcome, you will not succeed, is your belief in yourself and your confidence in yourself.
Thank you, Abir. That's a very strong message that you send to our listeners right here. I think every one of us needs to have this sort of self-belief and self-confidence in order to succeed in life and be positive about what's happening in life. So this is a very strong message. And also the point you mentioned about having the knowledge and experience is also very important. It's basically the foundation of confidence. This knowledge and experience will equip us to be more confident and more capable of our work. So thank you for sharing that. Our last question for you is, what advice would you give women entering the tech field, and anything you wish you had known before you started your journey?
Yeah. Actually, I appreciate all the faults, the failure that I faced during my journey, because that's what make me more stronger, make me, I learned from everything. So I'm very humble to listen for everyone, just listen for them. I'm very hungry for knowledge, very hungry for advice. I still now, I'm always, asking. I have a lot of mentors around me. I'm surrounded with a lot of mentors. They are always asking them. I will always involve them in my journey. So I always asking, okay, what do you think about that? What do you think? So I feel that I have a lot of advisors around me who giving me the support. They giving me the advice, the knowledge, the advice that I need in the right time. And during the journey, Meng, you always, as an entrepreneur, you always find difficulties. So there is up and down, but there is also a lot of down, especially for entrepreneur living in conflict zone and our in incubation. And in this situation is very hard. Sometimes you need to have like 3 or 4 plans. Not just a plan A and plan B, but you have to have a lot of plans. So sometimes I worked very hard on a project, but after working hard on this project and finding everything, the war started, or the attack started. So it's destroyed everything. So what I want to say in this moment, you feel that you are very down. You feel that, oh, it's everything is destroyed. But here, the importance of the mentor in your life. The mentor, it's really crucial. It's really, really important to have those people around you who will advise you and give you, the right thing. The second thing is to always be ahead of opportunities, and by taking 2 steps ahead, by knowing more about your industry. It's really important to knowing more about your industry, to keep reading, to keep, just educating yourself. You have to be self-learner in your journey. So that's important. The third thing that I want to say, it's also your team. Your team is your asset. It's the biggest asset for you. So your team will support you if you engage them in your vision and in your journey. They will be really big assets for you and for your business, and they will do their best to achieve the results that you want. So yes, that's the 3 things that I will mention.
Thank you so much, Abir, for your tips. These advice are very important, as we have many members in our network that are young professionals or even students, and they can follow your advice to build a mentorship network near them.
Yeah.
And do you want to add something?
Yeah, sorry for the interruption. I forget one really critical thing that when you mentioned networking, please network. So I didn't give or I didn't take any fund from any organization, from any investor till now. When I started my company, it started from my home with no capital, with just laptop and internet. My capital is my network. So the network, it's really crucial here if you want to start your business. And usually women, they are a little bit shy to network and to initiate connection. But I want to say it's really crucial to have your own network, to build network. And when you build your network, don't build your network based on just, just pure business. Try to build connection between you and your client. So in this way, you will engage your client. Your client will be loyal to your business. So networking is really important. And now with social media and with online communication, it's make the things easier for women to be connected, to be to build her network.
Thank you so much, Abir, for adding this point. I think we all agree networking is really important for us, and especially in today's world. And I hope everyone listening is taking some notes of all the very important tips Abir has given us. And lastly, thank you so much, Abir, for your input. And now we will invite our second panelist, Isra, to join our discussions. So Isra, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Isra. Thank you so much for joining us today. I know that you're in Gaza right now, and you are also a part of MENA Alliances. So you have recently launched startup Bazrak. Bazrak. Could you share with us a little bit what was your motivation behind it?
Okay. Hi all. Thanks first for hosting me. Yes, currently I'm working on my own startup called eBazarak. 1 year ago, before the COVID hit, I'm working on a startup with my co-founder from the UAE and Saudi Arabia called the Hair Step Up. We are trying to empower the girls in some of variable areas to gain the knowledge and capacities to be included and to go for digital inclusion and to start selling and buying online. After the COVID hit, we noticed that many of those women who are trying to work on their own small businesses and handicraft businesses lost the main opportunity for being exposed to the market through the bazaars or trade shows that's happened around the world, and especially here in the MENA region and in Palestine, in Egypt, in Jordan. Usually the organizer used to organize those trade shows for 3 or 4 days, where those sellers, small sellers, go there and present their products, and thousands of people visits this bazaar and buy and communicate, exchange networks, exchange information, and that's open opportunities for those small sellers. After the COVID hit, this opportunity is locked down, and because of the social distancing limitation. So we are thinking, what about converting this experience and going with this experience online? So we are thinking about bringing the experience of go for and visiting bazaars and buying and selling bazaars through online platforms. So eBazarak could be considered as open for trade shows, and that's a make combination between the online event with selling and buying and e-commerce feature.
Thank you so much for sharing, Isra. We really are inspired by your experience of looking for opportunities through challenges and, basically the issues that you face in real life. You turn these issues into opportunities for yourself as well as for the suppliers and buyers. So we want to ask you something related to being as a startup founder in the field of technology. Some of the things that women in this field of technology face is imposter syndrome. If you have heard of it, it's basically the idea that we have only succeeded due to luck, but not because of our talent or qualifications. Sometimes we always say, oh, I got this job because I was really lucky, not because I'm good enough for it. So have you ever experienced such imposter syndrome? And if yes, what do you do to overcome it?
Yeah, I think as a human kind, we all pass through this syndrome because we always looking to have good place and look for better. When we reach and achieve some goals, we are looking for the other goals. And we, as a humankind, sometimes used to underestimate ourselves and our efforts. And it needs some intelligence to move of this syndrome and to keep pushing yourself and not to be hardened to yourself, to reach this life balance between the work and between your family, between the needs of you as a human and as a person. um, that's my thoughts about in this regard. But I want to mention that before starting working on my startup eBazarik, I'm used to work as a business officer for many of youth empowerment project at one of the working incubator here in Gaza Strip, business and technology incubator. And we are used to support many of entrepreneurs who are living here in Gaza Strip and freelancer. And I'm so happy to be engaged with such motivated person and highly initiative person who are looking to go uh, to go and release those challenges and blockades happened here in Gaza.
Thank you so much, Isra, for your answer. From your answer, I can feel a lot of passion coming from you. And I think maybe passion is your way of overcoming this imposter syndrome. Because if you really love what you're doing, you will not feel like, you're just lucky because you're doing it, but you'll feel like you are born to do amazing things. So this is another way I guess we can all use passion to conquer the imposter syndrome.
And you have to give yourself the time to break, to breathe, and to go again for your goals.
Yes, very important tip to take some breaks from our very busy lives and have some freedom to explore new ideas and creative ideas. This will really help in the entrepreneurship journey. So our last question for you is also about entrepreneurship. You have supported lots of young entrepreneurs in Gaza through your training and the mentorship program, and this probably have changed their life forever for the better. And the community in Gaza is incredibly important to ensure Palestinians in tech, to make sure that we all stay hopeful and are able to grow and build their careers for themselves, despite very challenging situations. So since you are a startup founder, what advice would you give young entrepreneurs in Gaza today? Are there any resources that you would like to share for them to consult?
Yes. One of the main challenges for the guys and the entrepreneurs, or even for any people, for any person who live in Gaza Strip, is the difficulties of going abroad. Through my lifetime, the first time I have the chance to step out Gaza is when I went for to do my master studies at University of Jordan. I was 25 when I had the chance to go out and to make this a change in my life. And this is something missing here for the Gazan people. The majority of people here don't have this chance even. And as you know, making and to be exposed or have this channel of a channel, sorry, for exchanging the information and make it accessible, and to have this network of and to be open for the other and the global market, the global knowledge, the global community. It's very difficult. So when I take this a chance and I came back here in Gaza, I have intended to make it accessible for the other people who living in Gaza. So when I start working at the BTI Business and Technology Incubator, I start working on something called Gaza Mentor Network, which connect and bridge the gap between the people who are living here in Gaza, especially the entrepreneurs and the founders and the entrepreneurs outside Gaza, especially in the MENA region, to give them the motivate first, to give them the knowledge, to give them the opportunity to access to new finance opportunities. So my advice here, try to keep yourself connected. Get use of those channels, digital channels. It's something. It's a was missed the years before along our 73 years of living here in Gaza Strip and Palestine. We are isolated from the others, and this is our chance to show the world that there is people who are living and deserving to live in dignity and peacefully as the other people who live around the world. We have the right to speak up. We have the right to trade. We have the right to build our businesses. We have the right to travel. We have the right to hang out as the other, even with those digital channels.
Thank you, Isra, so much for sharing your advice to the entrepreneurs in Gaza Strip and in the other underdeveloped, underprivileged areas. I'm sure your story is really inspiring to a lot of us, because some of the things that some of us might take for granted is actually a privilege for people in Palestine. And we're also very grateful that there is an opportunity for us to know more about you and for you to know more about the other sides of the world. So this is very insightful advice that you've given. And I'm sure entrepreneurs who are listening to this show right now will for sure benefit from this advice and try to connect more with people outside despite the challenges. So thank you so much, Isra. Now I'm going to pass my mic to Yasmin. So Yasmin will be our host for now. She will interview and discuss more questions and very exciting topics with the other three panelists that we have today. Yasmin?
Hello. Hi. So thank you so much, Isra and Abir, for such a beautiful discussions that you had with Ming. They were amazing and they really touched me emotionally, and I'm sure they touched the viewers watching the stream as well. Now I will move on to Dr. Safa Nasruddin. Dr. Safa, are you there? Hi. Your mic is off. Let me just.
Yeah, hi, now you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. Hello. Thank you so much for joining us on this panel. Dr. Safa is a well-recognized Palestinian leader and extremely energetic educator and entrepreneur who has engaged in multiple roles and initiatives throughout Palestine and the regional scene. She has 25 years of management and experience in tackling challenges in leadership management and engineering practices in academia. She is well known for seeking to inspire and empower females, girls, and youth in general. And she's just an extremely awesome person. I have a few questions for you, Dr. Safa. But before we begin, would you like to introduce yourself or mention anything in specific?
Well, first of all, thank you for inviting me with these young ladies. I'm so happy to hear from them always. I have known Abir for more than 12 years now, as well as Nadia, and I was so happy to meet Isra today and hear about her challenges, and will be very happy to continue follow up the connection with her. I always say that our network as ladies together is the most important thing that we can do. Find positive ladies around us and do our network, personal network that will empower us. Don't look for negative people in order to move on.
Yes, that's so true. And that's why it's so important to have women in tech communities and just female communities in the MENA region and also worldwide. You can only move forward with people holding you and pushing you forward as well. So you recently published a paper called Challenges Faced by Palestinian Women in Technology and Engineering During the COVID-19 Crisis. You mentioned that the top three critical challenges faced by Palestinian women are stressors, followed by limited freedom of movement, anxiety about the future, and struggling to stay motivated. Could you please share some examples of challenges that Palestinian women face in the field, and how have the challenges affected their career prospects and moving forward in life?
Yeah, in our field, or most women face at least 5 challenges that are financial challenges, healthcare challenges, career challenges, productivity challenges, domestic challenges. And these challenges, I discussed them in my scientific paper that I studied about, especially the women in electrical and electronic and computer technology and engineering during COVID, so during the pandemic. And I studied how the different financial challenges of reduced salaries, for example, or reduced ability for remittance or reduced financial independence would affect ladies and engineers in the field. And also, as you said, the different factors of anxiety about the future and struggling to stay motivated. All these challenges were like common between ladies or engineers in this field. And to overcome them, there are different types of recommendations that we usually give ladies or young engineers in this field. First of all, that they have to work on themselves and acquire the different skills that they need in order to have a value added over the others, and also try to change their attitude towards the work, because as we know, men, when they fail, for example, they attribute their failure to I wasn't interested in this issue, or it doesn't suit me, or they find excuses for themselves. But we ladies, when we fail in something, we say, I didn't practice enough, I didn't work hard enough, and so on. So don't blame yourself for any failure you face. You have only to work on it and work and have more trust in yourself. So I have done several like meetings about this in order to speak about gender bias and how the people around us in the professional life have already always this gender bias issue against us, and they don't look to our talent as we hope to. So, but with this, the special training, the working on the skills that are needed for the job, I am sure that we ladies have all the skills and have all the knowledge to excel in our work.
And that's beautiful. It's a beautiful answer, and it's so true. Women are most likely to blame themselves on internal factors compared to external factors, like men do. Like, it wasn't my fault that the computer broke or I broke the computer. And that's such a true answer. It's very weird where this comes from. Like, I don't know if it's a cultural thing or if it's something you get when you're growing up. It's a very weird issue, but that was a great answer. Thank you so much, Dr. Safa. The next question is, what advice would you give to the younger female generation looking to start a career in tech? Is there anything you wish you had known when you started out?
Yes, the support network again. The support network is very, very important. I had the support network from my family, from my father and mother, and that was the most important thing. If you have the support from your family at home, you will be able to go out and have more confidence in yourself. And then so you have the small family, and then you have the bigger family, and then you have the family, not the family, but the colleagues at work. As I said, always look for people who can support you, who can give you good advices, and who can push you ahead. Even me at my age, I started an initiative last week. All people around me tell, oh no, you will not succeed in that, don't go for that, it's very difficult, and so on. So I close my ears and don't listen to those people. I look around me and see who can help me go forward. As I said, even in my age, I faced such things. All my career, I was I was in the university as a professor, and then I was a minister, and I came back as a vice president. Even in these very senior positions, I always find people to try to discourage me from any initiative I would like to do. So I always stress about I don't stop learning. I tell everyone I meet with them. Now today I learned much from Abir and Isra, and I look forward to hear from Nadia. Everything I participate in, I participate in order to learn from others, and this is very important. You don't go and participate with things and thinking that you know everything. No, go to learn from others. Try to listen to people and try to make use of what they say. Try to use of the network of their network also, and keep following on follow up of the initiatives is the most important thing that we lack in Palestine and worldwide. So another thing that we should do is follow our dreams and follow the initiatives that we start. We shouldn't start something and leave it and then start another thing and so on. So we have to follow up. Follow up is missing everywhere, I think, and I'm sure the ladies here will agree on this point at least.
Oh, that's a wonderful answer. And it's so true. Like, no matter what your age and no matter, what gender you have, that shouldn't stop you from doing something that you really, really believe in. And, it will have a great impact on not only yourself, but your community. So honestly, like, more power to you for just going ahead and like not listening to people who are discouraging you, even though you're more than qualified as you are a vice president and like you were a minister. That's just crazy. Moving on to the next question. Could you share with us the journey of how you were awarded the Knight or the Chevalier of the National Order of the Legion of Honor from the Republic of France?
So yes, I had the honor to receive this very high honor from the President of France. First of all, because I was a researcher in France, I did my PhD from France, and then I worked on the relation between Palestine and France also. When I was there, I tried, whenever any Palestinian come there, I tried to help them and tell them more about the French culture and how they can integrate themselves in the life there. And then when I came back to Palestine, I started the Association of Palestinian graduates from France. And then we had many initiatives also to encourage people to go to study in France and to do relations with research with the different universities from France. We had several objectives where we helped people who had scholarship before they go from Palestine to France, and whenever they reach there, also we help them when they go there with our network in Palestine, in France. And also I tried as much as I can in the relations between also the industry and Palestine. So they appreciated what I did, and also what I did in Palestine, not only with the relations between France and Palestine, but also what I did in the community in Jerusalem with all the projects that I started in Palestine, in Jerusalem, for the Jerusalem community and also for the Palestinian community. And I am a board member in different organizations like the Education for Employment, for example, helping youth in job placement and training to acquire skills. I am a board member in the Higher Council for Innovation and Excellence, also helping the youth in their initiatives. I am also in different board members. So for this social, it's all voluntary work, of course. So they appreciated that and gave me this high grade of honor from France.
Wow, I don't even know where to start. That, like, you truly built a career out of volunteering and like truly giving back to a really important community that needs as much support as they can. And it is inspiring, like the journey you've taken and how much you actually do, how many initiatives that you go for. Like, I can tell that you have so much passion and love for your people, and you truly want to give them the best shot at life, at a life with dignity. And it's just amazing work. Like honestly, just like Nadia is doing, I clap for you, and I'm sure other viewers do the same. Like just amazing.
Thank you very much. And I wish all the ladies here a better career, even with me. And most of important, less challenges, because I had really too many challenges. I always speak about the positive side, but I had so many challenges. First at all, in the university, I stayed at least 8 years instead of 5 years in the engineering because of the first intifada and the closure of the universities. I stayed a lot in France also for my PhD and master degree because of the challenges from my professor, who didn't want me to take this PhD, and I insisted to take it. And I came back to Palestine for a year. I did more research, and the university obliged him to give me so that I do a defense for my thesis. In spite that he made me late at least 2.5 years. And also, when I came back to Palestine, people tell me, you are overqualified. We cannot give you a job with a PhD in electronic engineering. What can we give you as a job? So it was really very difficult. And then in the ministry, even, people didn't see that a lady minister can lead a Ministry of Information Technology and Communication. So I always had the challenges, and I had sometimes to tap on the table, hey, you people, I'm the minister here, I'm the one who decides. So it was really a challenging journey, and I wish people, ladies here, and all the ladies who will hear us also, would have less challenges, and life would be easier for them. But they have to concentrate on some advices that we give here. Thank you again, and hope to see you again in Palestine maybe soon.
Yeah, Yasmin, if you allowed for me, I want to share something about a story with Dr. Safa. So when when I was entrepreneur and I was young, Dr. Safa was the minister of telecommunication. So in 2014, I signed contract or I want to sign contract with a client from Dubai, but I didn't get the visa. So when Dr. Safa knew about this problem, she included me with the official delegation that at that time went to Dubai. So she helped me to went with her with the delegation, the official delegation, and she took me to Dubai with her to sign the contract. And at that time, we signed contract with $30,000, and we hired like 30.
I didn't take a penny. I didn't take a penny.
She didn't take any penny, but she at that time she taught me, and also she not just she allowed me to go for Dubai with the delegation, but also she involved me with some of her meeting with official people. So I saw the discussion that happened with her and what she experienced as a woman in senior position. So she always was supportive person. Jenny, I really till now I remember this story, and I always say that's why we need women in decision making position. It's very important. So thank you, Dr. Safa, again now.
My pleasure always.
Yeah, thank you, Abir, for sharing the story. It's very inspiring. And I just jumped in because I have a question from my heart. Because Dr. Safa, you have so many initiatives going on. You're helping so many people, and you're a minister, and you're also vice president. I just want to ask you, how do you find time for all these things? And like, how do you balance your work and your family and everything else?
Yeah, this is the most question I've been asked. How do you manage time? I always say you make time. It's not, you have to be convinced that you make time. Here's my daughter with me. You can see her. So she's attending with me this meeting with you. And I always have my daughters beside me. They try to also to be engaged in all the activities that I am in. So from one side, they learn, and from the other side, they are always with me. So I don't leave them alone. This is one thing. And second, I have an agenda. I write my time, every task that I have, and I organize my time according to to this agenda. So if I lose my agenda, it will be a disaster. But really, I write everything and I organize it. And I say always, you make time. If you organize your time, you will find time for everything. And I hope that I don't what do we say in English يعني ما بظلم بناتي ايش بيقولوا بالانجليزي يعني I don't يلا ساعديني help me. I'm fair to my daughters. I have two daughters who are in grade 7 and grade 9, so they are so young and they need attention. I hope that I'm fair to them enough, and they will be even better from me in the future, inshallah.
Thank you so much for sharing.
I want to take this opportunity to say hi to Dr. Safa. It's first time to meet, and I'm very thankful for you to make me know and talk with Dr. Safa. You are a very great person and the real role model for the women here in Palestine.
My pleasure, Isra. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Safa, and for the questions you guys had. They were wonderful, and the discussions that came out were also amazing. But we will move on now to Nadia. Nadia is a super inspiring tech woman fellow, and she is responsible for a lot of initiatives within Palestine that want to turn Palestinian women and also other Palestinians into entrepreneurs within her community. So she has been recognized by 500 Startups, the Palestinian Higher Counselor for Innovation and Excellence, and the Technovation Challenge for her visionary leadership, her success in supporting startups in the MENA region, and her commitment to empowering women entrepreneurs and her dedication to solving major social challenges. She was one of the top 5% of global applicants for the US Department's Tech Women program and won the pitch competition. From her stints at IBM and Bizrit University and Rovi Tech Hub, to her service as a mentor in teaching young girls how to code, and also providing scholarships and cross-cultural exchanges with the Relief International, her career is one of growth and social impact. Dr. Nadia, thank you so much for joining the panel today. We are so happy to have you. I do have a few questions for you. And the first one being, actually, before I start with the questions, is there anything that you'd like to say or introduce or mention about yourself?
No, just thank you for having me amongst this great panel of great women that I got the pleasure to meet and interact with at different stages of my career. Yet, like one comment is like, how could I keep up with what Dr. Safa just said? Like, this is not fair to be after Dr. Safa. I'll try to do my best.
Oh no, you're all amazing women.
She was my supervisor in during my work for the Higher Council for Innovation and Excellence. She was on the board and responsible for the committees that I was on the executive team and leading. One of the great successes of us, and I'm proud of, is managing the second national forum for scientists. That was really a success story in Palestine, and she was leading the efforts on the board level, and I was the coordinator of it. So
that's amazing.
Yes.
Palestinian scientists?
Yes. So
wow.
Every year it's a national event, an annual one. Every year there is a theme. So we started with innovators, and then scientists, and then for the ecosystem, and then for industrial revolution, and so on. Like, it keeps going and growing every year, and they built on our success for the first few ones. So this is something I'm proud of. And I got to interact with Dr. Safa, the minister, the mother, the supporter, the innovator, and the lady she is. So yeah, another event with her.
Oh, it's amazing. You guys built amazing things together. I love the initiative. Let's get to the questions now. The path your career has taken from when you started to where you are now is amazing. It's really a story of resilience and paying it forward by always giving back to your people with scholarships and teaching women in your community how to code. it is clear that you're always working on uplifting people, and we'd like to know, how do you get young Palestinian women to stay interested in the engineering field or the tech field? And is it a challenge to attract them to the programs and keep them on for the full program?
Mm-hmm. So the reason behind this is to pave the way in front of other women. They don't have to go through the same challenges that we went through. We were on the front lines, and this has to end. They don't have to go through the same dilemma. I come from a village in the north of West Bank, from Jenin, and in villages, like the regular stereotype. I'm not here to complain or to be dramatic, but we know, like in the Arab world, in villages, how women are stuck into frames and into stereotypes. Yet, against all odds, at different stages in my life, I was resilient. So I wanted to study medicine like my father, but I couldn't for many reasons, because studying medicine lasts for many years, and you are a woman, you have to get married. So I studied the next thing, which is engineering. I needed to work, and all opportunities are in Ramallah, like it's the center of opportunities, let's say. And to go there with all the obstacles that the ladies mentioned on the roads and the checkpoints and the occupation. So it was convenient to live there, but that was another question mark: how you will live away from your family. So again, I went into dorms, like an accommodation that's over supervised and so on. I got a scholarship because I was a straight A student. I got the DAD scholarship to study a master's degree in wireless communication engineering, and I wanted to do it by default in Germany, but that was a big no-no. So I had to do it. I had to compromise and still do the master's, but I did it in Jordan, which is closer, very similar in culture and so on. So it's about resilience. I still remember, for the first time in my career, I was to travel to the US with my work. And that was like, all the family was really surprised. Yeah, how that would happen. And I still remember all of the organization came to visit my family and convinced me what a great opportunity that was for me. And I was allowed to do it. So, yeah, it's now thinking about it, it's crazy. That the way it happened. And then I came back, I traveled, I did my fellowship in the US and so on. So there is always a way. If you want to be stubborn or dramatic and say obstacles, and we can't do it, you will have the same results. But you have to try other alternatives to reach to your point. So I get to interact with girls and young women in schools, universities, and in the workplace that face all sorts of obstacles, from cultural to financial to social to stereotypes and many others. Yet we find our way around it. So one point is to go through the right channels. So if you go through, let's say, the school itself and make it official training, and through the umbrella of the education system that the families trust, so the training goes on and you sustain it, like you make sure that it will go and go. And there is also the option of the supportive system. So if I have Isra in my network, she will be my ambassador to girls in Gaza, and she will give me like the endorsement that I need with families or with communities that are away from my reach. And there is also bringing in quality, so adding value to whatever is being shared with people. So when people see that you are bringing an intensive training like Abir does through her work, She gives this intensive training for potential candidates to go to work and to be more competitive and more qualified. People wouldn't say no. And to keep people interested is by motto that most of my friends know. I believe that you need to lift as you climb. So it's not only about doing good and paving the way for other women, it's also about I want to grow and climb the ladder, and on my way I'm lifting everyone else that I can. And I'm of course depending on my network that has Isra, Abir, Dr. Safa, all people that I can call or text saying, hey, I'm thinking about this and that. Can you do this? Can you support me by doing that? And I still remember, since you mentioned the Technovation Challenge, it was under Dr. Safa supervision through the Hiring Council. And it was a zero cost activity in which we taught like thousands of girls how to code. Everyone was volunteering, from us, trainers, organizers, mentors, many, and everyone was volunteering, and even people start competing to support financially. So donations were overwhelming. That was really a success story. So you have to keep women interested in this field. They have to know that they are competitive, that they have it in them, that they don't have to go through the traditional or stereotypes of obstacles. It's easier, it's doable. If anyone in the world can do it, she can, of course. And seeing role models in front of them helps a lot.
Oh, that was a beautiful answer, Nadia. And wow, your story is truly a story of resilience. Like, you would not take no for an answer. You saw what you wanted and you got it. And of course, you've had so much help along the way. And it's so important to always ask people, the right people, for help and to truly let them in. And it's really wonderful to see your relationship with Dr. Safa. Like, even as you're answering, you mentioned her like 3 times, like, she helped me do this and we did this together, and that female bond like you guys have had together is so special, and it's so like beautiful to see, and it warms my heart. And it's really nice to see Arab women.
Is to be fair to everyone. So Dr. Safa is like the role model. She has been the I can do it role model. Like, she's in front of me with many steps in profession. So I say I can, like as if like I'm a baby, and she shows me how to take steps forward.
Yeah.
And yes, we need many more women in leading positions and in decision-making positions. And I'm following her footsteps. And Abir, during my work with the Rawabi Tech Hub, I was the first woman to lead a tech hub in the private sector in Palestine. And I got the pleasure of hosting Abir in many occasions that highlights women in the private sector and who are doing impact. Isra is the great tech woman participant. She was just this year, she participated. So we are connected, and we believe in the power of network and the support system. The supportive community is a key.
That's amazing. And seeing Arab women, stick together like this in the tech field and bringing each other up is just amazing. It's not something you really see in the news very much. So often we're like, casualties of like war or just like really weird stories. But seeing them actually stick together like this is just really inspiring. And also, like, I'm just at a loss for words at how amazing you guys are. So I'll move on to the next.
I don't want to be very perfectionist or idealistic, let's say. There are some cases here and there, but I think when the majority is doing the right positive approach and in an impactful way, then everyone will follow. Others will be the odd cases, and the norm will be for us to support each other.
Yes, that's Very
If I
true.
can add something to what Nadia said or mentioned about how we flatten the way for the other girls on our way. I start to remember when it's 2010, when I started talking about for my family for traveling and do my master degree. As Nadia, I got that scholarship as well. You know, it's very surprising for my family and my surrounding family. I get my support, my father's support, but my uncles, my grandfather, they just so surprised and not agree for this. Nowadays, I look around me. There is a lot of girls who are have the agreement, the approval of their families to go and do their studies abroad. I think because we succeed to give this pro model and the right you know, the right image for the girls to travel abroad and to master and to pursue her motivation and come back to their hometown and make this a change in her community and added value to her community. And instead of this, the other families will not give the permission for their girls to do the same. I think we succeed in this, thanks God.
Exactly. And on top of that, actually, everyone realizes that if women get enough support from their families, they will gain more and they will give back to their families first by educating their children, by securing a better job and help with the financials of the family. So the whole case is being treated and organically is being solved. And of course, like Isra mentioned, we have contributed into this result.
You guys are literally changing lives just by, you know, doing what you guys do every day, and that's so inspiring. And you're literally paving the way for the future generation of Palestinian children. It's a wonderful thing that you guys do. And it kind of brings me to the second question. You have a lot on your plate from being a full-time student at the Kellogg Canty, mentoring the US State Department's Tech Women, and building an innovation entity for female entrepreneurs in Palestine and in MENA. How do you avoid burning out?
Well, I have to second what Dr. Safa again said about time management. So time management is a key. Prioritizing tasks is a key as well. And to remind yourself with your vision and your mission and your goal. Like I said, I'm not perfectionist. I'm not being ideal here, but I aim big. I am aspiring to have an influential and powerful position and status in my society and worldwide. I want to create change. I want to create positive and change and impact. To that end, I have to work and I have to juggle like many things at the same time. Sometimes there are opportunities that comes at this moment, at this place, and you don't want to miss them. Of course, at many points you have downs, like moments where you feel khalas, I'm done and not anymore. I'm not doing this. I will quit that. But then you have to remind yourself that you have to secure your seat to the table. No one will ever grant you anything because of you. You have to earn everything. You have to work harder than others to reach the same result. This is the current situation. This is the current society, and we are changing it. But until it changes, we have to do much more. I see things that I really complain about, like in the entrepreneurship scene. I used to manage Rawabi's Tech Hub, and we had a co-working space and an incubator and so on. And I was really frustrated from what I see in the ecosystem. So women, for example, the first VC in Palestine invested in 0% of startups that were co-founded by women. And this is sad reality. There is also, women are being, how do you say it? But they participate in programs just to meet the KPIs of the program. So if we want 30% of participants to be women, then we bring those, but we don't follow up with them. And this is why the number of female-led startups are very, very, very few. So I see all of these challenges. I see the lack of self-confidence of managing and starting a business for women who are the top of their scientific schools. I see that they are taking the back seat, despite that they have the more correct answers to the social issues around them or to other issues around them. If empowered with the right tools, then they will get to contribute much more to a knowledge-based economy. So I see all of this, and I see that what's being done is bits and pieces here and there. So I wanted to create the system change. I wanted to utilize my education, my engineering background, and the business degree that I'm doing currently. The experience, the 14 years of experience working for all of the sectors in Palestine in an innovation focus, into creating a system change, an entity that will be a one-stop shop for women entrepreneurs that will build their capacity and build the entrepreneurial mindset, will incubate their ideas, will invest in their startups, and will provide them with a supportive community and will secure a global visibility for them. So in order to see this vision, I have to not only keep working hard, but smart, and surround myself with the right people. The mentorship that Abir mentioned is key, is very essential to achieving my goals. And we are part, Abir and I are part in a program that focus on mentorship as well. So, keeping this result, the vision in front of you, will keep you moving forward.
Oh, wow. You actually kind of answered the last question I was going to ask you, which was, are there any initiatives that are close to your heart that you'd like to share with the viewers here, also with us as well, for Women in Tech, so we can share it?
So this one is like the ultimate goal. Of course, it will not be achieved in 1 day or 2 days. It has 2 legs, actually, to be fair, so I'll share the plan with you. So it has 2 legs. One that works with the current entrepreneur. So Isra is an entrepreneur and she's existing and she needs the same right to access to opportunities and much more. Like she needs to reach equity and reach to resources. So she needs investment, she needs mentorship, and so on. So this is one track. The other track is to create the quantity. We want to unleash the potential for women. Like most women, they think, when they think about starting their business, they would think about embroidery or handicraft things, which is fine. I don't mind microfinance style businesses, but they have to know that they can. They have all the options, all the spectrum, and they pick. And if she decides, like, if we build her capacity, provide her with soft skills, hardware skills, 21st century skills, and she decides that I don't want to start a startup, then fine. This will increase her employability. So then Abir will be happy, and workplaces will hire more women, and so on. So this is the plan. This is the entity with the 2 legs. I'm starting with a series of sessions that just like the panel that we are talking. So they get to meet role models, hear about their experience. Like Isra mentioned, more women are getting into the same scholarship program that we went to, because they saw women who did it, and they are successful in their workplace, and they are and they achieved much more based on that degree. So a program of these sessions, and also a mentorship program that will be from peer to peer. I don't want like an expert that will oversee in MNT or someone with less skills, I want to pick women from different ecosystems working on the same social issue or using the same technology solution and exchange ideas and exchange issues and together work to find
Nadia, I like what you mentioned regarding the handmade projects. That usually I worked with NGOs and I always feel like upset from that. It's not because of the handmade project, but I always feel that they want to put us in this field, no, so we have a lot of potential for different projects, but why all projects came just to handmade? It's not like that, so keeping people in this area or in this sector, that's made us really upset about that. So we are waiting for your project, Nadia, so we will be the first supporter to you.
Habibti, this is what I expect, nothing less. People like women who are part of this small and medium enterprises will be also participant in this program, and it's totally her choice. Like when she widens her horizon and she picks to do embroidery, we are very proud of our traditional and cultural embroidery, and we want it to keep on. But we don't want to frame women and to put them into these stereotypes and push them. I want people. Go ahead, Abir, sorry.
No problem. No, I want to say that Yasmin, my colleague, Yasmin, she has a really also, she has also very inspiring story that also Nadia, you might would like to hear her.
Sure.
And also she have something related to traveling. So she always fighting to travel. And I promised her this this year, I will achieve this for her. So inshallah, yeah, I hope that.
Inshallah. So my end, like my last sentence will be, if you see a problem, if you are not, like you have to be resilient in boxing in general. You don't always stand still. You don't always punch back. Sometimes you have to sway. And this is what we do. And women excel in this. So sway with punches, this is number one. And then if you need a hand, it's at the end of your arm. Help yourself is number one. Build your own capacity. Learn. Many resources available online for free. Teach yourself, and then lift as you climb. The network around you, positive, supportive people, like-minded people, partner with each other, just exchange ideas, and you never know where you will end. And if you see a problem and you don't contribute into the solution, then you are part of the problem as well. And if you are standing still, you are going backward. Thank you.
Wonderful. That was an amazing answer, and your initiatives and your discussions, we'd love to share them internally on the Women in Tech Dubai, LinkedIn page or social medias, just to continue building up that community and awareness of, what you are doing for your people and people in the MENA region. Thank you so much, Nadia, for your time during the panel and just a really cool discussions that we just had. Now it is Yasmin's time in the spotlight. Yasmin, are you still there?
Yes, for sure. I'm just listening for your stories and for your, yeah, you know what, that with each story, with each speaker, Nadia, Isra, Abir, Dr. Safa, I'm just saying that with each story that I agree with her in this point, I agree with her in this thing, I have the same with this story. So it seems like I'm a collection of of points from for each one, what one's story. So yeah.
That's so wonderful.
It's my pleasure to be with you here and to hear from those kind people and those kind ladies, just because we are all ladies here. So it's my pleasure, Wallah, to hear you and to be with you, and even to give you some of my experiences and to discuss it together as well. And yeah, it's maybe the best thing happened that I'm the last one in order to hear all of these stories and just hey guys, I'm not alone in this world. I have many samples like me. So yes. Yeah.
Thank you. I'll just do a quick introduction on you. So to all who are watching, Yasmin is a MENA Alliance's team leader. She is responsible for monitoring and leads all projects and programs of the company. She is responsible for the supervision of MENA projects and makes sure that everything is on the right track. She is also responsible for managing a team consisting of nearly 80 ambassadors a year, and she is the team leader of the Step Up program for college students, which contains approximately 50 students. She has excellent team management and teammate skills, as well as great communication skills with employees and clients. So Yasmin, would you like to add on to what I mentioned?
Yes, I just want to say something in this regarding being a team leader in particular.
Yeah.
I have a story I'd like to share with you. This story quickly. I was working on a project with Abir while I was a student. Okay, in almost 2017, the first of 2017, and after graduation, I was a fresh graduate. I'm just looking for a new opportunity, and just to let you know that I'm from a traditional big family. So my family that no, you can work with associations, you can work with institutions. Just if you'd like to work with in government, this is and to be a teacher, for example, and this was my specialist that you'd like to work just to be a teacher, because in order for yourself to be from a time to time and go home, return back to home without any issues or something like this. My family mindset is not that bad, but this is the tradition here in Gaza and for whole people.
Yeah.
So just it was, I don't want it to be a teacher. Yes, this is my specialization, and this is what I have studied in the university. But actually, I don't want it to be a teacher. I finished my university, and everything is okay. But I'm still working, or I'm still looking for an opportunity. So after I just work the short project with Abir, and while I was a student. Then after that, I'm always telling this story. She just contacted me, and I don't know why she remembered me, that Yasmina, I have a project for you, and I would like you to be the team leader. Do you know, for a fresh graduate who didn't know anything, just to be a team leader. So this is the term team leader. So I was nervous and afraid. Team leader. I just want to work. I don't want to have a team leader even. So, and I didn't understand even what team leader means. What is the description? But she believes in me and started informing me more details about being a team leader and to have she told me something I can still remember till now, that you are a great person, you are very social, and I'm sure that you will succeed. So yes, so I said to her that if you can see this, okay, I can succeed. You asked for this. Actually, I didn't believe in myself that time, because I don't have the experience in order to say yes, I know or I don't know.
Yeah.
But after the experience, the team was 10 members. Then step by step, now we are 100, not only 80 person, 100. So I'm just, wow, I can control and manage this 100, and the project is a flourishing, and we are excellent together, and we, oh my God, I can do it. After this experience, for anything, just even with my work and my life, do you know how to do this? Never. Don't say I don't know. They always say that if you don't know to do this, just say don't know. Don't say something from east and west. No, I don't. I know. I don't say I don't know, but I can learn. Okay, I can learn. I can do it. This is my expression. Whatever it was, maybe something I don't have an experience in it. So yes, I can do it. I don't think that there is something different. And yeah, I have 4 years of experience and many different experiences. I can say that till now I didn't fail in any with any experience, just because I believe in myself that if is something I can learn and teach, I can do it. It's not, there is nothing difficult. We have minds, we have brains in order to do things. Allah creates these things in our mind just to think. If you think, you can do it. And another thing that I believe in from my experience, that when I now I'm working with businessmen and businesswomen, and I'm just hearing their attending the meetings and everything. They always just hear business is business. Do you know what I believe in this word? Business is business. Yeah, they are correct. You need to be professional, but from my side, no, it's not. It's not. This is business to business. I'd like to. You need to be social. You need to be a human, even if it's the relation is only one-to-one situation and only business to business. No, you need to be a human. You need to be very kind, and in order to take, you must give before. And even if you have take, then give. So this is the formula you need to, in order to take, in order to take something and to achieve your goal, you need to give. You need to give. Maybe for short term you didn't take anything, but for long term, for sure, even if you didn't receive any result for business, for sure, as a human, you get the experience, you get the knowledge, you get the relation and the network. And I just
Mina, I'll be on the devil's side. So this is a great quote from Brad Feld, Startups Communities book, if you read it. So one rule is give before you take. And this really annoys me. I really agree. But then I told them, if we are a group of people and all of us need to give before we take, I'll be the last one to give. So I get to take from everyone and give. This is me.
yeah. Do you know what? Sometimes you take, but when you take, just give in order for someone, because he's waiting he's waiting for your assistance and for your help. So and regarding from this concept, let's talk about how to say this, the network. Okay, just have a network. Okay, do you know what? Just have a relation, not only network. Network for business, for a pure business, I can understand this. You give and you help and you assist in order to take a return, in order to have something in back. But I'm just always have relations. Do you know what? And this is a very lovely story with my team. You know, sometimes they do things for free just because Yasmina is asking for this. We don't want money. I just you know, this is the relation, and for any situation or for any conditions or for any opportunity, or just they try their best in order to how much they love me, and just sit back and said.
Yeah,
Yes,
by the way, Yasmina, when we have the team, all people, they don't see Yasmin face to face, okay? So they thought that Yasmin, because Yasmin told them, I'm your mom, okay, I'm your mother. So they said, Mama Yasmin, and no one knows that Yasmin, she's 24 years old at that time. So all of them, they say, Mama Yasmin. So and even the big boys, you know, males, you know, it's so I thought, why are you telling them that? So after meeting her, they said, you are so young. So are you our mom? So all of our team, she helped a lot of our team members to overcome the challenges that we have. I really, I think we will not achieve any success at that time for the project without Yasmin. Is special, even if she don't have a lot of experience at that time, but she's a very she has a social intelligence, which is I think not a lot of people have. And like what Yasmin mentioned regarding giving, Nadia, So so a lot of you know, we like we are from the kind, Yasmin and I, from the people that we want to give. So one time one of the World Bank consultant asking me, Abir, what is your goal? Is your goal to have a lot of money, you know, to become rich woman? So I said no. But because I don't have this goal, and Yasmin also don't have this goal, so we find that a lot of money coming to us, you know, it's just came to cross our path. So that's the secret, yani, yes, Nadia. So if you want anything, just don't care about it, and it will come to your path. So Yasmin, yes,
I believe in the law of attraction. Just think money and it will come.
Wallah, no, I think I don't think about money, but it came to my path.
I'm kidding. Actually, I'm very flexible. It depends on the situation, on the context, on the environment, on the people in front of you. I don't believe that one set of actions is applicable everywhere. You have to tweak your approach. I have to tweak my approach depending on people I'm interacting with. For example, I'm interacting with Abir. Abir is very supportive, very thoughtful, very mindful, very experienced. It's not the same as if I'm interacting with X or Y who are very excluding or very, you know, practicing all the passive practices in the book. So it depends. I just just wanted to share some of my wisdom, my mean wisdom.
Yes, I'd like to say something to Dr. Safa, that thank you for helping Abir that time, because she's now helping me in order to grow. So, and I'm now helping another girl in order to grow. So it seems like a series. A woman help another, and another help another, and yes, this is a goal, and this is something, we believe in doing this. We can do it, and we can help each other, and we can help women and ladies, and even men as well. We can help them, because we can do it, and we can we can add value for a human in general, in particular for ladies.
Yeah, right, true.
Wow.
And this is actually Ming and Yasmin. This is what you are doing to us. If you can see my phone, I'm receiving so many LinkedIn invitations saying, invitation to connect, saying, I just saw you on Women in Tech Dubai. So thank you so much. Expanding my network because of you, because of this effort at this right timing. So I appreciate it.
Oh my God, that's so sweet. I'm so glad that, you know, there are people reaching out to you because of this panel, and I'm honored, like we're honored to have you guys on this panel and just hear your stories. And literally, like as Yasmin said, you guys can see your efforts because Dr. Safa invested into Nadia, and Nadia was able to mentor and help Yasmin, and it's such a beautiful reflection of all this work. It gives me goosebumps, like seriously, it's amazing just to see this circle just continue within the community, like within this like 5 panelists. And actually, Yasmin, I had some questions for you, but you answered so many of them.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
I do have one more question, which is, do you feel like there's an interest growing among young Arabs to become software engineers or project managers at tech companies? And is there any advice you'd like to give them?
Yes, I can. I would like to add something, that I have been promoted to be a recruitment manager right now in Alliances. So I'm just always, I always interview people in Palestine, like software engineers and developers and programs and etc. So I'm just surprised. Do we have these talents? Do we have these mentalities? Do you know what? Because I have worked with international companies, I just thought my thoughts that those excellent people just abroad, not here in Palestine, or not here in my country or my comfort zone. So no, the people, excellent mind, project managers, consultants, just abroad, not here in Arab countries, not here in Palestine. So after, for example, we have a request for a client for CTO, and we just have interviewed many Palestinian CTOs. They were wallah surprised. What is the amazing mentalities? What is the amazing persons, the amazing women? And oh my God, they have excellent people, just the professionals, just minds. Like, it was surprised. I don't even to complete the interview, how to complete the interview with them. Someone like me with these short years of experience, just interview those great people. So yes, I can believe that we have the professionals, we have the people with passion, in order not only to be for the normal positions. Yes, they have the capabilities, the abilities, and the passion in order to be in good, excellent, and senior positions. And you know what? Here in people in Arab, because the lack of opportunities, you can say that the one here is not only having the experience, the normal experience, he have the international experience, because he work locally, he work internationally, he work in GCC countries, he work in Gulf region. So he has the mentality with international experiences. So it's not only no limits for his mind, no limits for his experiences. So yes, I can see that they can do it. They can be in a very senior position, even here in the country. And even if there is no opportunities currently, unfortunately, in our countries, we can be the best in other countries. The opportunities are everywhere. Just go and look for an opportunity that matches your skills, matches your experiences, that you deserve. Not only because I'd like I will work this just for living. Yeah, you will live. Yeah, no one.
Yeah.
Yes,
Go
Habib.
ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I just want to confirm that no one is is going to sleep hungry. You will find your things to live, but you need to, because you are here for a passion, for something. What's the something that you're looking for? What is the change you will add and you will do? This is the question, and big question mark here.
Exactly. And let me, Yasmin, add on your talk something that we here at MENA Alliance is launching campaign called Impact Hiring for Palestine to help and to support the professionals who are affected by the last attack on Gaza and West Bank. So we have different people support the campaign, but also we want to support more and more women and young people who were under the attack last time. So I want to use this platform to ask people to support Palestinian professionals by giving them jobs, because that will help their families. That will help them, just that will giving them hope after the last, dramatic situation they suffered from. So, and that's more sustainable for them. So what I want to say, it's what professionals in Palestine need. They need opportunities. And what I can assure you as a CEO of a company that's hiring people from MENA region, that the Palestinian people, they have really great attitude. They have resilience. They are very hardworking. They are very committed. They are really, have a creativity because always they try to find solutions. So what I want to say that, please, if you want to support people in Palestine, just giving them opportunities. And let me also, before I end, let me finalize with the updates about our campaign. We'll just launch the campaign.
I'm very sorry, but I have to jump in here and say it's a win-win. It's a win-win. It's not only helping Palestinians, you are getting the best quality in the market and the best people and so on. So it's like they are facilitating you reaching out to the best talent available, and it happens that it's in Palestine.
Yeah, thanks so much for your intervention, Nadia. And let me share the good news with the people here about the campaign that we launched just last week. We hired, first of all, Wasim from Gaza, who is a social media specialist with German company as a full-time employee. We hired also today we received that. We hired also social media specialist with UAE company today. They accept her, and the other thing that also we bring a new project for women translator from Gaza as well for 1 month, and we are in the process to hire one developer with a German company. So we the next week it will be his interview with them. So I think without the support of people like you and others, we will not complete. So please, if you want to really support the innovation and at the same time make impact, just try to give Palestinian opportunities, job opportunities, so we can ensure there is sustainability and we can really succeed here.
Yes, I want to take this the floor from Abir to say that we have to work more on building the capacities of those guys before introducing them to the market. I think we have to work on the ground more in building their capacity, the technicality. As we at Business and Technology Incubator, we are working on some of freelancing project. Me, myself, work as the manager for a project called Golans, where we trying to build the capacities of 100 graduates from different college. The fund of this project was $100,000, and at the end of 10 months, the graduates who passed through intensive technical training and freelancing training are able at the end of those 10 months to gain more than the fund amount. They their revenue exceed the $200,000 within this short period of time. So besides giving them the opportunity and the floor to be connected to the global world and the opportunities around us globally, we have to invest more and do more work in bridging their capacities and building their capacities and their technicality. To export the high quality for the Palestinian. I think it's like an equation. We have to work on building their capacities from one hand, and on the other to connect with them broadly. Also, I want to take while Nadia speak, she mentioned that there's some obstacles and the statistics for women for a startup led by women is very low comparing to a startup led by men. Myself, while I'm managing a project called She Tech that's aimed to empowering women in Gaza Strip to be digitally include or to be involved in technology and ICT sector. I feel this very well because there are a limited number of women who have their own businesses and their business ideas, and I think there is a problem here. We have to build the capacities of women in the undergraduate studies to start thinking about what will happen next after the graduation. If I'm gonna work for some other companies or gonna work on my own businesses, we have to build their capacities to be leaders, to be managers, to run their own businesses. I know there is much of work had been done in this regard, but there's a lot of work needed to be done, and this is what's needed from us and from the others who are supporting the Palestinian ecosystem.
Thank you. You are the MVP for my organization. Thank you.
Wow. I know we had one question, but I love where the discussion went, and it's amazing that you're completely right, Isra. People need to see what they're working towards to actually believe and really work hard for it. And once we give them that image, that hope, it is so easy to actually see their full potential grow. And obviously at Women in Tech Dubai, we'd love to share like opportunities or just give a shout out to MENA Alliances and direct some of the job offers that are available here to you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, there are some questions from the chat where this is live streamed, so I will ask those questions, or Ming can ask the questions. Since we are a bit over time, I will limit it to 2 questions from the chat. So one of them are, do women in MENA invest in themselves in terms of formal professional trainings and certification? Is self-development with technical certifications a priority for women to promote themselves at work? Anybody can answer this.
Yes, you can.
Sorry, just yesterday I finished a program from idea to market, because I always was the enabler of the ecosystem. I am starting my own startup, so I have to build my capacity. We're always on the hunt for new technologies, new programs, new courses. And there are many intensive boot camps and programs developed by companies like Abir's that build the capacity and gives priority to women to build their capacity. It's not the only ingredient for women to secure jobs, of course, but yet it solves most of the issue that you are building the capacity of a woman to be competitive, not only compared to a man, but globally.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, I want to add something that at my work, we are providing the youth and the graduates here in Gaza with some technical programs and the incubation program where they gain the knowledge and the training on specific topics. It's covered, it's financially covered because of the economical situation here. But you know, when you compare the commitment of female versus men or versus male, I see high commitment from the female side. They are seeing this opportunity is the lifetime or you know, the changing opportunity for their life. They are putting so many dreams on this opportunity, and they are willing to complete this because, you know, doing this and getting the permission to go to the training center or to the university is not easy for girls here in Gaza, and they want to be you know, to see the world. They are in the right to take this opportunity and can do something good on the same side. Yeah, I think they take this opportunity seriously, and yeah.
But the question here, Yasmin, maybe we can ask if also there is resources for those women to get this training. So for example, when I was young, I didn't have, you know, I am one of the member of 10 siblings. So my family, they don't have money to you know, to give me for this training. So the question now, how women can support themselves or they can take this sort of a training while there is lack of resources. So I think now, and there is a lot of resources like on YouTube, on Coursera, on also other platforms, online platforms, and also there is many programs that, like the programs that leading that Isra, for example, leading. So there, women should be like open their eyes for other, you know, alternative solutions. So if they can't cover, for example, the cost of this training, so they can go for example, for other opportunities, or for they can connect with other organizations so they can get this opportunity. But for example, some technical or some advanced training program costs like $10,000. So how fresh graduate can take like this program? So I think that, and that's here the role of the organization, women or women organization or tech, the organization that want to support women to get, you know, to get this sort of training.
Yeah, that's so true. And you said earlier when Ming was asking you questions, there's no occupation online, and that is exactly true. These resources are available to them in ways that probably wouldn't have been available 50 years ago when there was no internet and accessibility was just not easy. So yes, definitely opportunities are available online. Free training is available online, and YouTube is an excellent resource that can really change your life and the course of your life. Another question, which is the last one. I know we've been here for a while. What is the best way for women to build professional networks in the MENA region for mentorship and self-development? Asked by Ghazala.
Yep. So okay, I can say like there is first of all I think we are in the online era. So first of all, try to use the resources online. I mean, for example, LinkedIn is a very good place, so you can build your, like professional identity. So many of opportunities that I get abroad, and I get to speak in conferences, and it came from, from having online identity that reflect me and as a businesswoman and as a professional woman. So that's number one. The second one, keep in your mind that you want to build this network because you want to learn, you want to share the knowledge. So there is, I did this mistake. So before my, at the beginning of my career, I was wanting to connect, for example, with Yasmin because I want job. I want to have a project. I want this project. I want that. So it's all my focus. It was like, I want this project, So, but that's, then I discovered that's not the right way to connect with people. So try to connect with them like a human, like what Yasmin mentioned. They are human. So try to connect them on share, connect with them. So if you don't receive, for example, direct, like results now, it's okay. So you can learn from them. You can share experiences with them, and later on, I just discovered this magic that after 1 year sometimes or 2 years, it's well work, So for example, I yesterday I sent email, for example, for a CTO that I met him in Italy, in Italy in 2015. And when I have this campaign, the Impact Hiring for Palestine campaign, I collect all the emails that I have and I send like updates about what's happening with us and about my campaign. I was surprised when I saw that he write a big post, like when I say big post, really very long post, sorry, long post saying that I met Abir in 2015 years ago, and my company and I'm personally, and my company and my team support Abir and support MENA alliances to have like to have this campaign and to help Palestinian. So it came after like 5 years or 6 years. So what I want to say, it's just build connection and enjoy the networking. Enjoy it. It's really great.
And part of that actually is to belong and be a member of a supportive community.
Yes.
There are many communities existing, whether in Palestine, in the MENA region, or worldwide. Being an active member in those open doors to you. It expands your horizon. You get exposure to interact with people, different backgrounds, and opportunities will be available there. The second thing is to volunteer. So I am currently volunteering with the Women of MENA in Tech, and they are organizing a worldwide conference that targets tens of thousands of people to accelerate tech in MENA. So volunteer, and people, just to Yasmina's point on give before you take. I reached out to the CEO, sharing ideas about my entity and the need for mentors and angel investors and so on. And she said, hey, why don't you join us? And on your way, you will get to interact with those mentors, with those speakers, those panelists on many levels. So it's the volunteerism, it's about the attitude and the supportive communities.
Wow, thank you guys. That's such wonderful answers. And thank you so much for your time. And, you know, I know this went a little bit over time, like by an hour, but this was such an important and valuable discussion. And it was honestly like an honor and a pleasure to meet you all and actually hear your stories, ask some questions, and see you guys just interact with each other, actually see your relationships together and see how you've each contributed to, you know, furthering and actually giving you a better life in terms of work and personal goals. So with that, I'd like to end the stream, the panel discussion. I look forward to meeting you all one day and maybe we visit Palestine and you guys have like a cup of tea with us and we see all the wonderful organizations and we meet all the people.
You have knafe. You're in
I love
Palestine, knafe.
I'm biggest fan for knafa. That's my
favorite.
and makluba as well.
Of course.
I love to eat and I look forward to that. Thank you guys so much. I really hope we have something like this again soon and please have a wonderful and safe evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much.